Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and is power something that you've been needing? Well, I have a solution for that in today's episode. I hope you guys are ready. So today is going to be another fast-paced episode where we are going to be working towards, well, first, automating the wither, which I think will take literally no time at all. So the way this works is it literally just needs a space. You place this underneath, and I think you have to give it some power. Yeah, you gotta give it a little bit of power. So I just have this regular old Draconic Evolution, if I can talk today, generator, which actually still has some power in it, some residual power. And then you literally just need to set this up, and then have items pumped into this, and like, it'll store each one of these items, generate this guy. So all you have to do is just pump the items in. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have two chests, one on each side. As we wait for that to happen, that should automatically happen and get killed. And we need item pipes. And, you know, it'll just work over time. No big deal. And then we're also going to work on energy production today as well. We're going to work on making a... I guess we can make a big reactor, I think, or try to make a big reactor. And then we have some other stuff we can work on as well to generate a large amount of power, so that way we can get it all stored up inside this giant machine. So, let's get these chests placed down. Now, these chests shouldn't get blown up or anything like that. Actually, these need to be moved down because we can't access them if they're right there, of course. I should know that. So, I think I'm just going to place them right next to the generator. Right beside the generator, just like that. And then we'll have the item pipe going in to each one. And we'll just set it to only accept certain things. So, like this will accept that. That'll accept heads. It should put them in there, spawn the wither, and it'll keep spawning withers, by the way. It'll make multiples. So as long as you keep these items filled, you'll just have so many withers spawning, and yeah, they'll just get completely wrecked, completely destroyed. And this is completely wither-proof, so you can see the chests are not being affected or anything. So yeah, we'll let that run its course. We do have some more. I really am just waiting for some more soul sand and stuff like that. And let's get a muffler. I think it's called a, yeah, muffler. I should already have one. I wonder what happened to my muffler. But I'm just going to make this real quick. And throw that over there, so that way we, you know, kind of just mutes all the sound. Just so we don't have to hear the explosions. There we go. All that noise is now gone. So all we have now is the giant thing at the top saying we have wither spawning. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll grab some wither skeleton skulls. We're going to need these along with another egg, chicken eggs. And we're going to make some ghasts. So if you take these and you surround this, you will get a Gasp Spawn Egg. Now I'm going to get 4 of them because I'm going to use these to make tiers. So let's go ahead and throw these back in here. And these gas... Actually, I need to go ahead and get some more skulls. I'm going to take the rest of the skulls out. And the rest of the soul sand. I've got to get as many withers over here spawning as possible. And I think the only bottleneck now is power. Like, we're literally just waiting for power. So the heads are over here. The soul sand's over here. There we go. So yeah, I'll just let that do its thing. It should be collecting all of the nether stars right here. And I'll clear the rest of that out. We don't need to worry about it. But yeah, we've effectively automated the wither, which is really nice. Now, I need to get ghast to spawn inside that area over there. So, this is a pretty big area that this machine works with. Ow. By the way, it does hurt you if you stand close enough. So, we need to make sure to spawn this ghast within range of this guy, so that way we get its items. And it looks like this time we didn't exactly get the gas tiers we needed. It's not actually collecting them. Maybe we should do it this way. Maybe we should open this up and actually put the gas in here. That way we're guaranteed a drop. Let me break into this place. So if I place a ghast right here, it should get killed. We should hopefully end up with its drops. Yes. So you can see our drops are right there. I need to get in here a little bit easier. There we go. There's the drops. And there we go. For some reason, that wasn't picking up our drops. We got 10 gas tiers from that? That is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But then again, we have a lot of looting in here. So, with that being done, let's go ahead and get glass. We'll take more of the dark glass. I just want to cover this back up. We only needed 4 gas tiers, but I guess that effectively works. So, with all of that done, we're going to take the gas tiers and we're going to make something special. Awesome. So, we need to make this, the End crystals. And I think this is the only recipe. There may be another one. No, this is the only recipe for this particular thing. And we're going to need 4 of them, because I think we have to spawn in the dragon. And let's get an enchanting table. So we'll take that. I need a book. Paper. We need... Actually, how do I have leather? I think leather, you can make leather with rotten flesh. So let's turn the rotten flesh, turn that into leather. You throw that in here, the furnace will actually produce leather. And we need sugarcane, which I'm pretty sure we have a bit of it. There we go. This time I can actually make paper the normal way. And we're going to make a bookshelf. And we're going to make a few of them after we make some books. I know this may sound weird, but we are going to need all the bookshelves we can get because we're going to need it for the enchanting table. And this is just going to make the dragon fight a little bit easier. Having the enchantment table set up will make this a lot easier. Perfect. Alright, we need a few more, so we're just waiting on the leather, really. There we go. So let's go ahead and make some more of those. And more bookshelves. You don't realize how many you actually need, like how many books you actually need until you start actually making the bookshelves and you're like, man, I probably should have worked on this earlier. So we need a little bit more to be able to get the max levels. Books. We just need more leather. That's all we're waiting on. Give me some more leather. Alright, so I think we about have the max size anyways at this point. Right, where's our... Oh, it's right here. Alright, bookshelf. Books. Bookshelf. What does it need? We need one more. Alright, and we're going to take our bow here. I think we have some arrows. I say we think we have. We definitely have. I'm also going to take my armor. This stuff is now fully charged. It's actually being charged from this. If you remember, we had wireless charging set up. So that is definitely all fully charged. I'm going to take all of this off. I really don't need to enchant all of it, but I'm going to. Throw some lapis in here. Just max enchant everything with whatever it gives us. I don't really care. Just whatever it gives us is going to be okay. We have flight, so really helps out a lot. Unbreaking, soulbound. I'm going to do my pick first. That gives us holding. Like, these things get hugely awesome things. So we got soulbound, flame, and power. Power is going to be great. And then we also have a sword, I think. Flux infused sword that has not been powered yet. And that's going to get just unbreaking? No way. No way. There's no way we only get unbreaking from that. That is actually kind of sad. I think it's because of our enchantment levels are pretty low. But anyways, that pick is actually pretty nice. Look at that. Unbreaking, soulbound, holding, insight. We get more experience and everything with it. We'll never use that. But the main thing I wanted to get was this bow. Right? So this thing is pretty nice. And it's going to help us out a little bit. So let's go fight the dragon here in a minute. I think this needs to be charged. effectively needs a little bit of charge in it. I want to know, this needs to be set to output. And now we should get all of our items in our inventory charged up. Right? This should start charging. Yes, it is charging. It's not instant, but it does work. And I think it's even cross-dimensional. I don't remember exactly if it is or not. But it's something like that. Alright, so we don't need any of this stuff on us besides the arrows. I'll take those. Keep that on me. And we'll throw all this other stuff away. Okay, so I think we're just about ready to go face the Ender Dragon. It is going to be something that we have to do. And our bed location is set there, so we should spawn back there. We need food. So, jerky. I think some jerky would be perfect. There we go. And guys, I honestly, I think we're ready to go fight the Ender Dragon. Now, the Ender Dragon is kind of weird on how it actually works. We need to make sure all these are actually in their empowered state. So there we go. Everything's maxed out. Make sure we have our end crystals on us. And guys, we're going to go after the Ender Dragon. Now, once you go in here, there's no way out. Unless you beat him. So, let's hope that we are good enough to be able to fight this guy. Okay, so yeah, this. Oh, I guess if you did come in here, I guess you could get out. But you would kind of be stuck because you have to have end crystals to be able to spawn him back in. So here we go. We're gonna get that dragon spawned in. He is going to regenerate all of this stuff and of course be super loud as always. As always, it's gonna be super loud. I almost wonder, can we break these as they're being generated? Ah, of course not. Of course you can't. Look at this, free ender pearls though. It's gonna kill all those guys. Free ender pearls. Alright, so we'll turn this guy on. And we'll just take these out one by one. Pretty easy. And the dragon, he's gonna bother me a little bit, but I'm almost invincible at this point. So it really doesn't even matter. And almost get that one, and that one. That we missed last time, which is kind of hilarious. And this dragon fight is probably gonna be one of the quickest. I'm not joking. Like, super fast on the dragon battle here. There we go. We'll get that cleared out. Awesome. And yeah, he takes a lot of damage from this bow. Now he does have this thing going on. Let me get underneath. Man, oh man. Can you back up out of here? He's straight up just knocking me out, which I've normally never had that many issues fighting the dragon. Now we just gotta chase after him with the bow. The bow does a lot of damage to him. And we can almost take him out entirely with our bow. And there we go. The dragon is now complete, and we have beat the dragon. Let's actually come down here. I want to grab my minuscule amount of experience that might drop from him. Yeah, that was nothing. The main thing we're after, though, is this draconic heart. And we're going to need this very soon. So we just kind of have to wait for this thing to spin up, and then we collect our heart. So guys, we have beaten Minecraft. Thank you guys for watching. No, I'm just kidding. I think that's a joke that goes with everything. It's so funny. But we are now back, and we now have our dragon heart. So, we have to go through the rabbit hole that is Draconic Evolution fusion crafting. But before we really do all of that crazy work, we need to generate a little bit more power. So I was looking at big reactors. If I take a look here, it's called extreme reactors, but big reactors also works. But we need a certain something. So to be able to even make the controller, we need uranium. Uranium is going to require pyrotheum and petroleum to make this stuff, but I think it requires a little bit of something different, which is kind of hidden here. In the resource gen, you can actually make this stuff under the crafting. Usually there's another crafting section. Where's it at? It's for the ore itself. Like if you look how to get uranium, you're looking for uranium itself, and then you can craft it with petroleum dust and uranium, or with petroleum and pyrotheum, and then stone. So petroleum, we should be pretty close to having that, right? At thermal. What do we have here? So we have the pyrotheum, and then the petroleum, we should have some of it. At least I thought we should. Let's take a look here. So petroleum dust needs this, which is, we get that from obsidian and liquid experience. So we should have plenty of it, I think. Right, we have liquid experience in here. Throw that in there, and that should get us a few of those. So we should be able to get this relatively quickly. And then we're going to need the actual casings for the extreme reactor. So let's take this. So the casing itself is going to require a lot of stuff. Let's actually find, where's it at? Reactor casing. So we're going to need this, which I'll make 64 of, I guess. And we'll see what that gets us. And then we'll make what 64 of those give us in reactor casings. Which looks like 4 stacks, which is quite a bit. So I'm not going to lie, that is quite a bit. So there's that. That should be enough to get us some of this petroleum. Yes, there we go. So we need stone. Where are you at, stone? Stone, and then we need pyrotheum. And we just need to craft this over here to get ourselves uranium ore. Uranium ore can thus be cooked down into uranium, and then uranium can actually be duplicated. As crazy as that may sound, it can be duplicated. So we're going to get this all duplicated up, making quite a bit of it relatively quickly. We'll get rid of those. And we're going to start building an extreme reactor. So, if you guys remember, extreme reactors require fuel, and it's going to run off of uranium. But we need a few things to make an extreme reactor. We're going to need an input hatch. We're going to need a power tap, which is going to be this right here, power tap. Allow us to get power out of it. We're going to need reactor coolant port and a reactor access port. So the access port is actually both ports, so we need 2 of those. I do believe we need 2. Reactor access port, yeah. 1 for the plutonium to come out. And then we should be just about good. All we need is a reactor controller, which requires uranium. So the reactor controller, there's that. And I think that's about it. Reactor redstone port, we don't need that. I don't think I mean, we can use it to turn it on and off, but you normally use the internal buttons. Alright, so this should be enough to generate a rather large power generator. What I'm going to do is actually build it right underneath our base. And it shouldn't take too much to build this thing. I'm thinking a 7x7 would probably be enough to generate just quite a bit of power. I do have other method, or I guess a 5x5 is what I want to build. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, we're building 7. We're doing a 7x7. Now I need to give myself a 2 wide gap so I can access it, because there's a few other things that we need to make for this to make it work. There we go. Perfect. So, this is going to be this size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And same on this. And so yeah, we just basically have to build the casing all around this. And I will go ahead and get that done, and I'll be back in just a second. So this thing is not going to be the most efficient thing in the world, so don't get that in your head that this is going to be efficient at all. This is literally going to... I'm trying to make just like the most amount of... like the biggest amount of power I could possibly get out of this thing in like a really short amount of time. Like, with resources not being an issue, which is kind of crazy now that I'm thinking about that, I'm having some major deja vu, as if I've done this before. Which, of course I have. I've made this exact same one before, and I've got so many hate comments for making it like this. Don't put the thing next to the casing! I know. But believe me, it is going to produce the power that I need, and that's all I need. I have unlimited resources when it comes to its fuel. So why do I need to worry about fuel efficiency if I don't have to worry about fuel cost? So yeah, that's how I'm looking at it. So I mean, yeah, just don't hate too much. Don't hate too much. All right, so we're gonna get all the way down here. I am just using iron as a insulator, and yes, iron does work as a insulator. It does cool it a little bit. It's not the most efficient, but it does work. I was thinking about using cryothium, which would have been one of the best options, but it's going to take too long to process all the cryothium. I do have it processing, but I just think it's going to take way too long. So, this thing has now completed its structure. So, whenever you place the last blocks, the structure actually changes, as you can see. Now all we have to do is add fuel. And this guy is ready to rock and roll. Now, for the fuel, I need to figure out a way to pipe the fuel to it, but I don't know. It may actually last long enough that I just won't have to worry about it. It may just actually use this fuel so fast. I mean, I don't think it's gonna use it that fast, to be honest. Let's just go ahead and get it piped in here. And we're still generating some, so if we look, you can see our fuel level is going up. It's going to take a little bit of time just because the pipe is slow that's filling it up. But once we get that in there, we're going to turn it on, and we're going to see how much power this thing can produce. And then we're also going to get ourselves a plug. Plug? Yep, plug. That's what I'm needing. I'm just making sure I was getting the right thing. And we're going to tap a plug right here, and we're going to set this to input. Yeah, we're about to be producing. I'm gonna guess. This thing is. I'm gonna guess. What do you guys think? If you guys know how much power this is gonna produce, post it down in the comments before you see it. Don't skip ahead, but post it down in the comments and see if you guessed right. All right, I'm gonna let you guess now, and then I'm gonna guess. Let's see. It's gonna be like 27,000 RF. I think. That's a rough. It may be a little bit less, or maybe a little bit more. I'm going to say 27,000 RF, somewhere in there. I don't know. Let's see. Let's activate this reactor. It's going to be ridiculous on the fuel and heat consumption. But like I said, I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about how much RF this thing can produce. Oh, so I look like I overshot it a little bit. I don't know. It's still going up. It's still going up. So this thing is producing about 16,000 RF. So yeah, 60,000 RF. So I was way off. I don't know, were you guys way off too? Still, 16,000 RF is way more RF than we have currently been producing. And you can see this thing is firing away as 16,000 RF is slowly but surely, which ends up being like 15 after our current loss, is filling this up. And by the way, last episode I did say this was trillion. Completely wrong. G stands for billion. It's like Gaia, I think it is, or Giga? Giga. I think it stands for Giga. Like gigabit, which that makes sense. But yeah, it's using that format. So this is 1.64 billion RF at the moment. So if we take a look real quick at how much power we're going to need, let's take a look. What is it? At Draconic Evolution, to make this block in the Fusion Crafter is going to require 350 million RF. So, like I said, we should be good, like literally here shortly. This is going to take no time to get to that RF amount. Like, if it stays at this rate, and like I said, I don't think it's consuming that much fuel. We're going to find out when we come down here and look. I really don't think it's consuming as much as you think it would consume. Like, no, it's going to take forever for it to get through all that fuel. And this right here, by the way, this is set to output to eject waste. And it's set to output mode. It is the same block as this one. You just set its output mode, and it will automatically pull out any waste. And as you can see, I don't even see any waste built up yet. Just a little bit of waste. It's not even a one millibucket yet. So, once it hits that 1 millibucket thing, I think it makes an ingot or something like that. But yeah. This thing's ridiculous. Look at the temperature on this thing. So yeah, it's producing 16.4 thousand RF a tick, which is not bad. I've made reactors that have gone up to 30,000. So this is actually one of the smaller ones. I could technically make this thing bigger, but like I said, I don't think we're gonna need it. We're not gonna need it. We really just need to make something that produces a large quantity of power and get that for the next episode. So the next episode is most likely going to be the last episode. I think we can get through all of Draconic Evolution right here within all of the next episode and be completely done with this in, I would say, right around 20 hours into this pack. 20 hours, guys. You wanted me to leave that timer up there? Now you see how much time it actually takes me to get through a pack like this. Like, this is me actually rushing a little bit. I've been kind of pushing it, getting a lot of stuff done actually. And not too much off camera. There has been very little off camera work for this pack, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you did, guys, you guys know what to do. Don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also ring that notification bell so you guys can stay notified whenever those new videos do go live, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, I will see you guys in the next one. And as always, thanks for watching.